Hey troops, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ryan. I'm a former Royal Marines commando, and today we're going to be reacting to Meet Germany's Small But Lethal Tank. This is going to be a fantastic video by Military TV. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the comments. Let's get it. Damn, that was a good intro. Straight into it.
It may make you cringe when you hear the word tankette, but the Wiesel,
I didn't cringe.
Germany's small but deadly air transportable armored fighting vehicle, packs a powerful punch. Rheinmetall Defense produces the smallest vehicle in the Bundeswehr fleet, which can be flown into combat. It has been used in Afghanistan, Kosovo.
Hang on a minute, this isn't real. Is it real? Is that real? It's a mini tank. You'd feel ridiculous driving that.
Though Somalia and Bosnia.
Wow, that looks pretty cool though.
And Herzegovina. As the infantry of the German Bundeswehr, particularly airborne infantry, was
I've got like a sound effect in my head when this is driving. It's like a 50cc moped.
Viewed as being unprepared to successfully engage enemy main battle tanks, MBT, in the 1970s. The German army required an air transportable light armored vehicle for use by its airborne troops. This requirement led to the development of Wiesel. The vehicle has to fit aboard typical NATO transport aircraft and eventually be able to be dropped from the air.
I mean, it looks pretty cool, but
along with enemy tanks or aircraft, it should be able to take on infantry. The Bundeswehr purchased some prototypes of the future battle vehicle from Porsche in 1975, but the project was abandoned in 1978 due to lack of funding.
Impressive.
However, Porsche continued to develop because the interest from other nations. With the start of the deliveries in the late 1980s, the Wiesel was ultimately unveiled as a new weapon system for the Bundeswehr.
How come I've never seen this thing before? This is blowing my mind. Is this a joke or is this real?
Due to the vehicle's small size and agility, which make it challenging to see on the battlefield, it was given the moniker Wiesel for short, Wiesel. The reconnaissance and fire support vehicle, equipped with a 20mm cannon, and the anti-tank missile carrier, equipped with the TOW anti-tank missile launcher, were the two most prevalent models in use by the German army.
You know, the thing is with this, though, I've instantly looked at that and went, you're not really protected as the personnel who's, like, operating this thing. You can't really fit inside this, can you? There's no, like, sleeping spaces and stuff, so you're pretty much out in the elements yourself, if that makes sense. But this is something that obviously is effective, but I wouldn't feel too confident going about into, into the wild in one of these things. You've got to be an infantier, really, as well, to operate this, in the sense of you need to be able to get ready to get off that thing and fight with your weapon systems, okay? Not just the tank. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not sold the idea yet.
Production of the Wiesel 1 lasted from 1990 to 1992 and 1993. The German army acquired 210 of these missile transporters in all. The Wiesel 2 was modified by the Germans in 2001.
Like, where would you even keep all of the ammunition and stuff? And kit and equipment and all of the individual kit and equipment of the soldiers operating this thing?
But the anti-tank missile carrier variant was not chosen for production.
Wow.
The Wiesel 1 anti-tank missile transporters with TOW missiles continued to be used by the German military. Additionally, it is intended to keep using these vehicles until 2030.
Wow, so they're still in service today. I mean, look at the size of that guy. It's like a go-kart, isn't it?
For the record, this carrier for anti-tank missiles was never exported. Depending on the configuration, the Wiesel 1 measures around 11.6 feet in length, 6 feet in height, and 6 feet in width.
Wow.
It is lighter than the armored version of the American Humvee military light truck.
Wow.
Weighing only 3.03 short tons. The vehicle's 2.1-liter diesel Audi engine with 86 horsepower has a top speed of 45 miles per hour.
So it's pretty fast then.
The Wiesel can traverse a 3.9-foot wide trench and 1.6-foot deep water, respectively. The company that made it was Rheinmetall AG. The steel armor chassis can withstand typical 5.56mm and 7.62mm small weapons ammunition as well as shell splinters.
Right, so not direct anti-tank weapon systems. If it comes across an infantry group, 5.56, 7.62 is going to obviously bounce off it, but it's not going to bounce off the humans. And guess what? The heads are stood outside of this thing. They can't really fit in it. They're just on top of it, isn't? I mean, that's what it looks like anyway. So, yeah, dangerous bit of kit still, I would say so.
The vehicle was airdropped from a plane equipped with parachutes, but the test was unsuccessful. 4 test vehicles were destroyed. Nevertheless, the Wiesel can still be delivered by transport helicopters with ease. A single CH-53 Sea Stallion helicopter can deliver 2 at once, and regular transport aircraft can load 4 or more Wiesel vehicles. While the larger Wiesel 2, which is around 15.7 feet long, 7.1 feet high, depending on the type, and 6.1 feet abroad, has roughly twice as much internal volume as its predecessor.
Right, so this is something that could possibly keep all of the kit inside as well then, so this is a bit better, I think.
In the heaviest version, it weighs about 5.27 short tons. A 5th road wheel is added to the Wiesel 2, which is an extended version of the Wiesel 1. A 1.9-liter Volkswagen inline 4-cylinder turbo diesel with direct injection and an intercooler was installed in its place, producing 109 horsepower and coupled with a ZF automatic transmission. The Wiesel 2 has more modern safety features for the crew's protection than the Wiesel 1, including improved armor, an air conditioning system, and NBC shielding.
Right, that's something I didn't even think. Air conditioning, man. Trust me, guys, in these vehicles with all your kit on, your body armor, your helmet, it gets horrible in there. So yeah, air conditioning system, lovely jubbly.
It is typically bigger, quicker, and stronger than the Wiesel 1. Furthermore, the Wiesel's defense is fairly restricted because of its small weight of less than 3 tons, where the crew is only protected by the armor against small arms fire and splintered artillery shells. This missile carrier is armed with a tow anti-tank guided missile launch.
It does look funny though, doesn't it? I mean, come on. Hey, Daddy, look at my new toy. I'm taking it out today. You want to come along? Sorry, Daddy, there's no room for you.
And missiles that are wire guided. The guidance on this weapon is semi-automatic. The target must remain in the gunner's line of sight until the missile strikes. The launcher has an AN-TAS-4A thermal imager that can fire both during the day and night. Both the more recent and capable TOW-2 missiles, as well as the previous TOW missiles, can be fired from the Wiesel anti-tank missile carriage.
Wait, so he's got a weapon system on the back, but it's not mounted. Have a look at this.
The same launcher is used.
He's just holding the machine gun. This is where it's limited, guys, honestly.
By several wireless TOW missiles. Now let's see some of the following TOW series missile lists. A standard TOW missile with a 3-kilometer range is the BGM-71A. Steel armor can be pierced by 430 millimeter. Long before the Wiesel anti-tank missile carrier was built, this missile originally emerged in 1970. The BGM-71B is an upgraded missile with a 3.75 kilometer range. Steel armor can be pierced by it by 430 millimeters. The BGM-71C has a 3.75 kilometer range and can be pierced by armor up to 630 millimeters thick. This missile first emerged in 1976. A standard TOW-2 missile is the BGM-71D. It has enhanced navigation and a 3.75 kilometer range. It pierces steel armor by 900 millimeters. It first emerged in 1983.
Okay.
The dual heat warhead on the BGM-71E is designed to destroy tanks with explosive reactive armor, ERA.
Right, so this thing can quite literally be a tank killer then. It seems pretty good, but you know what I'm thinking instead? For ease of purpose, for functionality, for kit and equipment inside, for transportation, for mounting of weapon systems, can you really beat a Toyota Hilux? I mean, let's be honest. We see them all over the Middle East, right? They're getting used and used and used, and they're obviously doing quite well, and they've had 50 cals and everything on them things. So is there any need to have something with tracks on in this case, or do we just put meaty tires on at Hilux? Let me know what you think, guys.
The 3.75 kilometer range and can go through 900 millimeters of steel armor placed behind ERA. It first emerged in 1987. The top attack missile BGM-71F detonates above the tank to cut through its flimsy top armor. Its maximum range is 4.2 kilometers. It first emerged in 1987.
So it's got loads of different variants then.
BGM-71G is a distinct warhead-equipped top attack missile. The last on the list is BGM-71H, a bunker-busting missile.
So this is fortified positions, trench systems. This would be pretty handy in Ukraine, wouldn't it, really?
It is employed against various fortified structures or buildings. This missile has a range of 3.75. Both wireless and wire-guided versions of this missile are manufactured.
Bunker buster, eh?
On the Wiesel anti-tank missile carrier, it is unknown whether all of these U.S. missiles were fired or whether any of them were, and are being fired by the Germans.
That's one good point. This thing can be hidden very, very easy. Very, very easy in wood blocks and stuff. Isn't going to take too long to come out. But one of the negatives, and this is a bit of a first world problem with the military, you can't stay in it. You've got to probably sleep outside of this thing, so you need to take full field kit for a start. I don't know how I like about that. You know, you've got the benefit of being in a tank crew, but all of the cons of being an infantryman.
Despite its small size, the Wiesel is a highly effective anti-tank vehicle. It is possible to take the missile launcher out of the car and use it as an independent weapon, so that the crew can utilize the launcher on a regular tripod while outside the truck. And it can also carry 6 missiles. In addition to the additional missile carried externally on the back of the vehicle, there are 5 missiles kept inside the vehicle. The launcher has room for 1 more missile. The ammunition load would increase to 7 missiles as a result. Interestingly, a second Wiesel resupply vehicle that transports reload missiles can accompany this small anti-tank missile carrier.
Okay, that's
this
pretty
anti-tank
cool
missile carrier didn't have any
bad.
backup weapons at first. On modified vehicles, a 7.62 millimeter machine gun was fitted for self-defense.
Yeah.
For your information, despite its small size, this vehicle has a crew of 3, which includes the vehicle commander, who controls the launcher, the driver, and the loader. Additionally, there were Wiesel 1 prototypes that were armed with hot anti-tank missiles. A UTM-800 turret was on one of them. It also has 2 launchers with missiles and retractable mast with sensors.
Looks like something out of Terminator.
Where the hot missiles have a longer range and are substantially more powerful than the TOW. The Wiesel is not as slow as it appears to be. A top speed of 85 kilometers per hour is achievable. The vehicle's low weight, tracked layout, and low ground pressure all contribute to its strong cross-country performance.
Right, okay, so Wiesel, Germany's small but lethal tank. Yeah, it's pretty lethal, pretty good. Apparently it's still in operations up to 2030. I don't know if that's true or not, if it's still in service. I can't see it, guys, if I'm honest with you. I can see the benefits of it. What I would say would have been more... It would have been more effective as a reconnaissance vehicle, but reconnaissance vehicles need to be able to carry, you know, a select amount of reconnaissance individuals. So at least a section's worth of men. So yeah, I would like to see that, you know, converted to be a little bit more assaulty. All right, a 50 cal on there, a heavy machine gun, that type of stuff, and to be able to accommodate the sitting and of a few more passengers. I don't know. I just don't think. I see this vehicle as different to what it actually being intended to use, but that might just be my infantry brain kicking in, guys. But if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you're brand new here, thanks for stopping by. If you've been here a while, I appreciate you guys. Please, please, please continue to support the channel. We're on the route to 500,000 subscribers. I think we can get that done this year. What do you think? I'll see you in the comments, troops.